much better. So I have my geraniums planted in this hangy thing, which I can see from my kitchen window. I have 2 petunias over here, and then this guy, oh, this is hard doing backwards. This guy right here is my firelight hydrangea. No, I'm sorry, limelight hydrangea. I need to plant him. That's hopefully this weekend. Then I did this sweet little planter. This actually is a self-watering one, which makes it so nice for the deck. I don't have to babysit it too much. And then these are super belltunias from last year that are coming back. I've had this happen a couple times. I just leave the sticks on all winter and see what happens in the spring, and both of these are coming back. I will say what's kind of cool is when they come back, sometimes it's a different color. I think these were purple and red, if I remember correctly. So we shall see what happens. I also refilled my hummingbird feeder yesterday, and there was a couple of them swarming over me while I was doing this. And then I was gonna put super petunias in here, but I found a pack of petunias in my seed, so I figured, let's see if they grow. And they are. So this is just an assorted mix of petunias. Obviously I'll thin them out once they get a little bit bigger, but. So one more thing I do with my super petunias when I plant them, look away. Any of these leggy guys, I trim off. So I'm just gonna do like this. It oddly actually encourages them to grow more. So not too much, just think like a haircut. So now it's not so pretty. And I try to find a place where like more are growing out. So let's cut him here. And I'm gonna cut this one off. I know it's kind of crazy. It's like, especially see like this guy is so long. This guy's so long, so let's cut him off. And I'll cut this guy off. I promise you, this makes the petunias happy. Good morning, friends. Today I finally did some gardening on the deck. Paul got up today at 6:30. He usually gets up at 7:30. So I still had some shade time on the deck. Usually the deck is like full sun around like 10 or 11. It's only like 8:30 right now. So I was like, I'm planting them all. So I got them all planted, which is nice. I still have quite a bit of super petunias left. Those are just gonna go around somewhere like in the landscape. I do have one big, huge planter outside. I might put them in that, but that's not gonna happen today. But I was so excited to get these planted. I've been looking at weeds through my kitchen window every day. This just looks so much better. I'm just gonna let, the deck is just a little bit wet now because it rained last night, and then I'll come and blow all the dirt off. I tried to get as much as I could, but Paul and Mosley have just been snuggling this whole time on the mat. It's so sweet. I tried to get some footage of it. Hopefully it looked okay. But today is Tuesday. I'm getting all of this done. I'm honestly not really doing anything exciting the rest of the day, so I'm not gonna film, but I'm gonna pick this up tomorrow because it is Wednesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and we are going to be making homemade tortillas. I've never done that. We don't have any tortillas, so that's why I'm doing it. It looked pretty easy recipe. It's all in the technique, it looks like. So we're gonna make those and probably either fajitas or tacos or something like that. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so here is what we are doing for dinner today. It is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and obviously you have to have something Mexican on Cinco de Mayo, so we're going to be doing something, it's really more of a baby-friendly type thing. I have a couple chicken breasts thawing on the counter. I'm gonna throw them in the Instant Pot with just some water for about 10 minutes, shred them up. I'm actually gonna add some onion and pepper to them too. Maybe a little salt and pepper, that's it. And then I'll pull some out for Paul, and then I'm gonna add some fajita seasoning for me and Matt. And we're just gonna put them in tortillas, but I don't have any, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to make my own. I've always wanted to do this. I've seen tons of recipes. Most recipes call for lard, which I don't have. So I'm gonna just sub that for some, I know this sounds weird, I read a bunch of recipes last night. One of them was olive oil. So that seemed easy, I have that, so I'm gonna do that. And the only other thing this recipe, which I'll link below, doesn't say is a lot of the recipes said to use warm or hot water, and this does not specify the temperature of the water, so I'm gonna go ahead and use hot tap water basically. And it also doesn't talk about resting, so I'm gonna add that as well. I'm going to mix the dough, let it come together, divide it into 24 equal pieces, and then I'm just gonna put it on the counter and leave it there for about 30 minutes, let the gluten relax, and then I'm going to hand roll them as thin as I possibly can, cook them on my cast iron. And I was reading last night that if you don't have a tortilla warmer, to actually just put them in a pot that's big enough with a lid, or you could put them in a, what's it called, kitchen towel. So I don't know which one we do. I could do a pot, but then I have to clean it. So I'm probably gonna do the kitchen towel. And then on the side, I just have some white rice from the other day. I'm just going to heat that up in the oven. That'll probably be more for Matt. And I have a tomato that I think I'm gonna cut up, or we'll just use jar salsa and keep it easy. My butcher box also came, and it's 4:30, so I'm waiting for Matt to get home so that he can either watch Un Bebe or put it away for me. It's kind of a pain in the butt because the meat is like packaged in 3 and you have to cut them apart, and just, it's cold and I just don't want to do it. So there's that. All right, let's get dinner going. Okay, so nothing fancy here. Peppers, onions, chicken breast. I actually didn't even season it. Put a cup of water in there. Like I said, if we didn't have Paul, I would just put the fajita seasoning in right now, but I know he won't eat it, so. Sealing, you know the drill. Manual. I'm gonna cook this guy for 10 minutes, and it's only 4:30, so I'm actually gonna put this on a 1-hour timer so it can do its own thing. I don't have to worry about it, and I can move on to the tortillas in a minute. Okay, so I got my biggest bowl here because I'm gonna attempt to knead it right in here. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of all-purpose flour. 1, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of, again, like I said, I'm using olive oil because I do not have lard. If I did have lard, I'd be using it because that would add a lot of really good flavor. And then just 1.5 cups of hot water just from the tap. And then I'm just gonna go at it with my hands. Okay, so I've been kneading this for just a few minutes. It's coming together. It looks really nice. It did clean the bowl, which is what I was hoping. So now I'm just gonna leave this in the bowl. I'm gonna cover it and just let the gluten rest for 30 minutes. That's all I'm doing. There's no yeast in here, so it's not gonna rise or anything. We're just letting it rest so that essentially we can roll it super duper thin. I'm going to go put my butcher box away and heat up a cast iron skillet to start cooking these. Okay, so my dough has rested. Been about 30 minutes. Looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this into 24 pieces, roll them out to about tortilla size, about 8 inches. I have this kind of all wonky setup. I have a cast iron over here heating on about medium low. And then I have a dish towel here that I'm gonna put them in so they stay warm and kind of steam each other. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I used this and shredded it up, took some out for Paul. Now I'm gonna add the fajita seasoning and just mix it up with the mixer. And that is done. And then all of our tortillas are done. I ended up making them a little bit bigger. So I have probably about 16, 18, but these are so good. Me and Matt already tried one. I don't know why I have not made these before. So we are gonna make ourselves some tacos.